Hello again, and now we have these two to repot. I've been reporting by myself lately because for me it's a way to relax. So that has been the reason why I haven't been recording these for a while. But I thought that this time it could be a good idea to take you with me. And let's see. I really need to intervene with these Tolumnias, as I've been trying to find where they would be doing the best. Clearly it's not with this big bark and some small moss and all, because, well, as you can see, it's trying to do some new roots, so it's working on it. So now is the good time to actually get it into better media. And this media is quite okay. So I was thinking I would take these deeper pots because I don't have I have only like one of these, and because I don't know the Tolumnias that well, so I don't want to put them up into these because I cannot see the roots. So because of that, I might have to put them into a bit bigger pot, but because I have this big chunky part here, I can put that on the bottom to make it a little bit more shallow. But yeah, as you can see, it has attached itself really well into the moss, so it does like the moss. And there's that one has attached itself into this big bark, so I'm not going to touch those because I did the repotting. It's not that long time ago, so yeah. Let's put this on the bottom to gain some. I had troubles of getting to the watering right with these ones, so that's the reason why I'm repotting them into this plastic pot with the new media. And I think I can get one per pot, so with that chunky bark at the bottom, so it makes it a bit more shallow. And because Tolumnias are funny in that way that they need huge amount of humidity and moisture, you can see this hasn't got that well because of the leaves are really like curled up, so it does need the moisture. And now I'm going to put this. There is a mixture of bigger bark and some sphagnum moss and perlite and lava rock, or pumice if you know what it is. So I'm going to push them in there. So as you can see, there is loads of gaps there, but I really want to have the air circulating there, even though I'm using the sphagnum moss. So it gets dried, but not too fast, according to my calculations. I did the same with my cerulean, the Vanda. So hopefully I'm able to actually do the same with this one now. I'm really happy with the involvement of the roots, so it's actually now pushing out the new roots, so I'm able to do this. So it's not that deep. I'm going to keep you updated how it's doing with this sort of environment. Will it do better or worse? I have to see. But it's like, yeah, I don't want those roots to be I don't want to I don't want them to get too dry. So Let's roll this in because I didn't think of getting it in before I put all the media. So it should be fine by now. Okay. So this should stabilize it a bit more. It is a bit big, this. But anyway, I don't want to cut it because I like this string. So I want to give it that way. It's already there and it doesn't wobble that much, so it should be okay. And I didn't put that much media next to the rhizome because I don't want to keep it too wet, but I put it that way up above the ground level so that it's actually getting the humidity is rising next to the roots which are coming from the rhizome. I don't know if you, or is it rhizome? Apex? I really have to look that up because I'm not sure, but you know the part where all the roots and all the leaves are coming, so that not close to that part. So yeah, so that was the first one. And now we can move on to the next one, and I think I'm going to do the same with this one as well. And let's utilize this. And I'm going to put some moss in there because that's going to wick it upwards, the moisture, or downwards, whichever way I want to have it. So now then, we could go there a bit. Okay, there. And as you can see, this one is as well. I don't like how the leaves are closing in, so it's clearly not getting good enough moisture. But as you can see, there is so many good new roots coming in. So I'm suspecting this to do well after I have repotted it. If I don't break any roots, because I'm taking off the seeds, just in case. Where's my tweezers? I normally take the seeds off with these tweezers, so I'm going to find the old tweezers which I normally use for this. So just a second, and I'll be back. And yeah, it's recording. So I'm back. I brought some strings and some cane. If I can actually get it underneath there, I may actually have to push some smaller bark inside there, just to get it to, yeah, now it stays on. Huh. So these are my tweezers, which I've been confiscating for this purpose. They are old ones, so may as well use it for this. So it wasn't that far long ago when I repotted it into this ceramics pot. I think I had troubles getting the layering of the watering and all the water and all acting together, so I decided to go with the same thing as I have with the cerulean. Let's see if it's working much better. The cerulean is looking actually quite well, to my mind it looks quite good. I could actually go and fetch it and show it to you so you could see. But for me, it does look good. And do I have something to cut this? Sorry if I'm getting in the way. No. 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 Yeah, there wasn't any living roots behind here. Could have fetched some. Oh, I always forgot. I started pulling it behind. Now then. I could cut off most of these. They are not living, but I don't think it's going to give that much debris in there. So I might as well keep this on. Maybe it's, at least it's anchoring it, or it's actually giving some washer for it. Okay, now let's get this thing. So this I bought from Karge at the Orchid Society show. I have said this before on my Oncidium Alliance video, but just if it's sometimes people don't watch the same things, so it's like somebody is interested in something else than the other. So if I repeat, do forgive me. Okay. And all this is like dropping off on the table, not on the jar. I know in Finland they usually actually go to the forest and get their moss there, and that's something which they like to do, but because I don't have that sort of ability to go into the woods and get some moss for myself, so I buy it from the Central Europe, and I have seen some people doesn't understand that why I'm ordering, but if I need like 60 liters to be accommodate for 1 year all my orchids, I really need to order it in a bulk. So when I'm ordering my my orchids or fertilizers or anything like that, I normally order as well the media with it, and I can get like cocoa husk and cocoa coir and some leca and that sort of things in Finland, but in bigger quantities. But when it comes to this, like sphagnum, especially the quality of sphagnum and which sphagnum I like to use, I cannot find them here. It's like it's there is no use. I just and the only good bark mix which we have is what's it called? Biolan. It's Finnish brand, and they make it like only 500 grams or something. It's like I don't want to pay 10 euros for 500 grams of bark because I cannot use all of them. There is the charcoal inside of it that I like, but then there is this I think it's peat moss inside there, so I'm not using that. I usually just chuck it into my garden beds. So yeah, it's like honestly I don't have the time to go to the forest and start trying to collect in that way that I'm not disturbing too much of this forest bed. So I should rummage around the forest, and the amount of plants I have, it's not possible. So yeah, so I don't understand why people might be thinking I'm doing something wrong. But yeah. but that's how they do it here. I don't. I have too many plants. I cannot. Too much work. Not enough time. Now then. And then the next one, that's going to be a bit wobbly for a while. I'm going to fix it up later on a bit better. Next we are going to look at this. I've always wanted to have one of these little orchids, but I'm not sure if it's that little. Look at those roots. So let's see, but I liked it. It had like this, I think it was yellow flowers. It looked nice. I had one Phalaenopsis which is yellow flowered, but it's not doing that good. It hasn't been flowering for 3 years now. So yeah, it's still waiting. I don't know what it's doing. It has been growing roots, but not that well as my other ones. So maybe that's the reason why it's not flowering yet. I might see flowers maybe after next summer or so. Now it's growing the roots. And this one is the same. I didn't want to repot this before I have seen all those roots coming in. So, and I'm going to put this into a bit more moisture retentive media because it has been in this husk thing. So the root has got used to it, but not that thick, so not that much. So I think I really need to get the scissors as well. I was trying to go without the scissors, but it's always like this. You always need the scissors. So yeah. Okay, let's get you out. I'm going to reuse you and whoop! Okay. Luckily I'm going to clean this weekend, so it doesn't matter. So as you can see, I was waiting for those roots to come in. I didn't want to start before repotting this because I have lost a couple of these small ones because of that. I repotted them when I didn't see yet any roots. So for some odd reason, these are really, I don't know, yeah, these so-called mini phals are really like sensitive towards the when you are repotting them. So that's the reason why I waited this long. But now I'm going to go and clean it up, and I'm going to get myself a bit more bark because it's I don't want to, well, there's no box in there or anything else, but it's, I might actually reuse that into my other houseplants just in case if I want to, or outside. I need to see, but I'm not wasting any. So it's going to go outside to get some more like aeration into the ground, or I'm going to use it for some other houseplants if I feel like it. But yeah, let me get the scissors, let me get this cleaned up, and we're back in business. Okay, I have been blabbing about and I did the repotting for this, and do you know what I forgot? To turn this on. But yeah, I'll sum it up so you know what I was talking about. So, and I was going so deep now. So anyway, so yeah, I repotted this one into its own media. I don't know if you actually saw it before, and it's also, it has really huge amount of big chunky bark, so there is aeration inside of the pot. And I did with this on Tolumnias the similar thing as I did with the Vanda cerulean, and I'm probably going to do the same with that other Wanda species which I bought, the small one, because they seems to need like good moisture retention, but to dry out so that there isn't going to be that sort of soggy bottom. So I have this junky bark underneath there, which is keeping the aeration in a good way. And this is one of these like small no ID Phalaenopsis which I found from the stores. And unfortunately you cannot see now the roots. They were really looking good. So basically there is like 5 of them coming out from the bottom. I was waiting for that to repot it, and it has like bigger this size of bark, and then there is like moss, as you can see, and perlite and some pumice. And because it came out from this sort of like husk thing or whatever it is, well, it's like it was tightly packed like a block. So I decided to put it into this, like, it is loose, so it's not tightly packed, but it's like I won't be like killing this one, because I had problems before with the Phalaenopsis in my first year of orchids. I killed quite a lot because I put from really moisture retentive media into really huge chunky bark, and they didn't like it. So, and my humidity wasn't that high back then either, so it was like 2 things together, and really stressed out orchids and no new roots coming in because I didn't know. So I killed them quite fast. So this is now inside of there, and I'm going to wait for it to grow. This has yellow, really soft yellow flowers. I really liked it. I have one, I'm going to show it to you, which is also yellow flowered, but it hasn't flowered since 2017, the spring. So I'm hoping this year it's going to, because I can see that it's actually pushing out new roots. For 2 years it was really stalling, so its root system wasn't that good as my others. But I'm going to show you. I'm going to clean this up, and I'm going to show you, and I'll show you also my new white Phalaenopsis. So I'll be back soon. Okay, and I'm back. So I really had to try to get them into the frame, but I couldn't. So let me get to you upwards so I can show you the flowers of that new one. Going. There. So as you can see, it's looking really like similar like Stuartiana, the yellow variety. I'm going to put you back down. Takes time. Okay, now you're done. So these are the small ones. The funny part is, look at the roots. So this has really good root system. And this was the pot which these 2 were in. As you can see, this is already quite huge. And the leaf span is already quite huge compared to these 2. And these are in the bigger pot, so I might be actually putting that one into the bigger pot as well. And I'm again missing Caspos. So these are the new ones which I got from IKEA. They are good because they are, I don't know what metal they are done, but you can hear it. And they are new in their stock. So because these are getting so heavy, so these are really light, so they are not putting that much extra into the pots. So I don't want to have any like those huge pots. And as you can see, there's coming out the pumice. So as you can see, it's like it's already dry, so I have to water them again. When I have just repotted them, the bark dries really fast, so in order to keep them wet, I have to, for the couple of weeks or month or so, I have to water them quite often, like every second day, so that they get established. So I won't be destroying any roots, because that's one of the things why I have lost them, was that they just dump their roots. So this way I have been able to keep up with the roots and there hasn't been that much dead. And this is the yellow variety. I haven't had anything flowering yet, but as you can see, it's now actually pushing quite nice looking new roots. Oh, and I have a new thing which I just tried. So this is from, sorry, I'm just, my mind is flowing again. I have to slow down. So, okay, so this is the, which had like this lovely looking yellow flowers, and I'm really waiting it to actually bloom in a few years or so, but it's looking nice anyway without the flowers. So, and because I'm not running out of the space, I can accommodate it. So now it's looking really lovely with all these leaves, and it's like fan. It looks like a fan or something. So yeah, what else I was going to tell you? So this has upright growing habit. So yeah. So now the bark. So this is new bark. I actually bought this one from, now you can actually see something. Sorry if I didn't notice it earlier. So this is new bark. This is kiwi bark, which came from Repot. And I thought that I'll try that one. I bought like 3-liter tryout packages, the small, medium, and large, and extra large. They were like 1, 2, 3, 4, the size in Roman numbers. So you can find them from Repot. So because I was buying the seedlings, I thought that I'd buy that at the same time. So it looks like this. I think it looks really nice. I haven't used kiwi bark before, so I wanted to try. This one has mixture of the Finnish bark, which is this one, pine bark. So you can see the difference between kiwi and pine. So I just wanted to have something new to try. So these were my Phalaenopsises, how they are doing. That was a little bit of repot. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually add some other videos here. I might actually, depending, but let's see. This is a little bit like bits and bobs, and I have to say I was inspired by Ninja Orchids because she was doing something like, it was called potpourri or something similar. Anyway, I have been thinking the whole fall that I'll do this kind of like mix and match video, and that was like push button for me, like, okay, now do it. So thank you, Nina. But yeah, yeah, this was all for this time. It's either now I'm going to finish this off or I'm going to add something else. Bye. Okay, I think it was 1 week, 1 week ago when I last time did some filming. I will be posting this tomorrow. So the other Phalaenopsises, the bigger ones, I've actually repotted them out of camera. I thought that I'll do this odd ball with you, which had the Siamese twin one. And this has been in 12 centimeters pot. I have been really waiting for these Phalaenopsises to get bigger because I bought them thinking about how they might be looking when they get much bigger. And this one has been growing quite well, and now that I can see that it's actually growing new roots, I thought that I'll just repot it now. Not sure if I'm going to see this year any blooms, but it doesn't matter. This one has been flowering since 2017 every winter, and I've been really happy with it. And mine have been in perlite and big size bark, as you can see, and it's still quite firm and dry, so it's not like it's breaking down or anything. The plant just needs to be a bit bigger pot. And the reason why I'm doing this together with you is because it has grown some roots, and normally I have been taking videos of repotting something which is coming from a nursery or from a flower shop. Now you can actually see something which has been growing with me 3 years now. I'm upsizing to 15 centimeters see-through pots. It wouldn't need to have been like that, but I have only 15 centimeters pots. That's like the clear through. And let's see, how are your roots doing? These roots are really viable, so they are not like dead or anything. They've just gone through the holes. I probably am going to break them. And it's really... Oh yeah, I forgot. When I bought this, it's called Biolan in Finland. Bark, which this is. It's really good quality. And it had also charcoal there. So if I wouldn't have to buy the whole package, which is really expensive to buy, like 1 liter of big bark, I would buy it. Are you still recording? Just a second. Yeah. But because I have so many plants and so many of them need to be repotted every now and then, I need to have like constant ability to have the potting media here, and it would cost me a fortune to buy those little ones. I had one, I don't know why they were like commenting how they were, but yeah, it's like not in YouTube but somewhere else. So not everybody understand that I'm not going to go and buy those small ones. I need to order online from abroad in order to actually have enough to do repottings. And I think I have to do something really which you are going to be... Oh well, I could actually... Yeah, I need to think about the pot is still okay. No, I'm going to cut them. I know this is horrible, but they'll grow back. Trust me on this one. Are you coming or are you staying with them? Crazy plant. Honestly, it's like it's stuck in there. Don't know if you can see it now. Look. Come out, please. Well, that's the only one which is there, and I think I'm going to just cut it so I can get it out. Yeah, I can still reuse it. I like to reuse as much as I can because it's plastic and it's not like yet like breaking up or anything. When they start to break up, then I'll just throw them away, but before that I'll just reuse whatever I can. I just sterilize them or clean them. I don't sterilize unless I had some sort of issues. But yeah, as you can see, the root system is quite okay. I think the biggest problem has been that it has tilted over that much that all the other roots has just dried off. So I need to clean this off, and I might have to take those sheaths off to help the roots coming out, the ones which are trying to come out. Now that it's growing, I can actually do that. So this is the perfect timing for this one, and because it's so big, it would have been stupid to keep it in that small pot. Yeah, as you can see, it's growing there, some new roots. I don't know what's happened to this one. Maybe I just don't really know. Okay, cut off that part. If the scissors can actually handle that. Might or might not. Oops, I scratched the vellum a bit. Those are flying. Oopsie daisy. These are the old spikes which it had at some point. Okay, what on earth have you been doing here? Well, it's alive from there. Are you still focused? I hope you can actually see, because I cannot see how well I'm in frame. So yeah, it was a good time to actually repot this, because if it has been that difficult to actually branch out and do the roots system, it's not good for the plant to have that sort of issues. Just take a look again. There is some nubbin, which is root. There's the latest flower spike which I had before, so I think I'm going to try to get it a bit upwards more. So okay, now it should be okay. So not that much bad root. Taking off the dead ends. Okay, so the vellum in here look really rough, but I think it's just the staining of the charcoal. This is fun, because this is like, it has cut off from there, and I have this really good new root here, but I'm not sure if I'm able to actually keep that alive, which is a shame, because it's growing new growth there. As you can see, the root is like extending, but I'm not sure if I'm able to. I can try, but yeah, I'll just let it do new roots. So it's got roots, but it's like, probably it's going to get anyway damaged when I push it into the media and all. So yeah, it'll grow new ones, don't worry. It's when they cut like that, they can branch out, so there isn't any problem or issue with this. And this was the best root which I could find in this plant. So, but because I know that I'm going to be jerking it around and pushing it, and the media is going to hit it, so it would probably anyway be like torn apart. So it would die inside of the pot, and I don't want that. And because it's not like this is the only root it's got, so it's growing new ones. I can see there is like some coming out of here and there. So if I'm just giving it some seaweed extract and something else to activate it, it'll grow more roots. So yeah, but let's see. I have to think about. It's quite okay. So next one. Because this has been quite clean and everything is okay, I might go and just wash it so that I can get all the dust off from its leaves, and then I come back and pot it up. So just a second. Okay, I'm back and I've cleaned the joint and flushed all the dust off. It'll do good for the plant, and now we can start potting up. So this one is, I think I need to like a stake for it. Might or might not. Let's see. But this one has been like the bark which I have, it's a kiwi bark this time, so I have like loads of different ones. I think I might actually order this more if it turns out to be really as good as the pine bark which I had. This is the pine bark which I still have, the Finnish one, and as good as the orchiata which I'm using. Because the orchiata is really hard to get. I seems to not be able to find the biggest grade. Is it extra large or something? So if this kiwi bark thing is going to be as good as that, I'm going to order this again. Because I need bigger than just like few liters. I had like 3 liters and it's almost gone now with these bigger plants. And if I'm repotting my Calleas sometime soon, just wait, I'll show you. For the next weekend I have planned to show you how the Vandas and Calleas are doing, which I showed you earlier that have had some sort of issues. So I'll show you what they are doing. The Vandaceous orchids, what they are. Well, anyway, there's Vandaceous ones which they are growing like new roots and stuff, and they're doing just fine. So, and one of my Lalias, or Purpurata Callea, it's like you can see that it's going to grow out of its pot soon. So yeah, I need like 40 liters of different sizes of barks in order to actually survive with these. Oh, and with the seedlings, I thought that I'll show you every second week how they are doing, because they have been doing the similar what they usually do, so there isn't anything like special. What they would be like, I would just show them as they are, but I feel like they might actually require some sort of I think I need to change the media now, because the roots, they are growing, but I feel like they would benefit for more aeration now, especially the Calleas. So they have been growing now almost 2 months now in that moss, which is like almost only moss. So I don't know, they have been like, well, they grow, they are getting bigger, they are getting new leaves and all, but for some odd reason I feel like they shouldn't be that wet anymore. So, well, you'll see, I'll show you next week, I hope. So, but anyway, I think I need to get more bark. As I told you, that's the last bit of it. So let's go and get some. And I'm back. So this is all I got from that 3 liters. So, wow, it's like 1 liter per pot with these bigger Phalaenopsises. Because it was 3 liters and there is 3 of them, and I've used almost all. And I think it's it could use some support. I need to actually find one. because this is not, I'll clean this up and just jug it in. Just a sec. Okay, so I cleaned this off, washed it, and I'm going to just, I could have done this before, but now I just have to do it now because I couldn't do it before because I didn't think. So yeah, it should be okay because this is preventing it from tilting downwards. So when it starts to grow the roots, it should be okay with that. So here's the pot. Yeah. So, little air gap there, but Phalaenopsis don't mind. But anyway, this is it now. I have repotted the Phalaenopsis, this Siamese twin one. I need to clean the leaves off from the dust and all. And I don't know if I actually have a cover pot or the cash pot, how do you call this size, so I might have to try to find something for it or just keep it like that. But I prefer, because this is dries so fast when I have just repotted it. So in order to prevent from the roots to actually desiccate because of the dryness, I usually like to have the cash pot at least for the beginning, and then later on it just keeps like this funny moist. So yeah, but that was it. This is the pot where I bought it with, and this is now 2 centimeters wider and still growing. Oh, I'm so waiting when they get bigger. But yeah, I think this might be the last one for that video which I'm going to be uploading. It was nice to have you back again, or be back again. And let's see, I have to now cut down a bit at the posting on my page, so or the YouTube, so I do apologize for that. But yeah, let's go with this. Happy growing, and bye bye.